What's up, y'all? This your boy Devin from DHR2 Productions. Welcome back to my channel. So we're gonna react to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 5. Different drum. So if y'all want to check out the original video in my Instagram and Twitter will be down below, so y'all can go check me out. So without wasting any time, let's jump into the video.
Those are the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 5th episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers titled Different Drum. We start this episode at, you guessed it, the Juice Bar, where Kim is teaching a class of students some dance exercises while Billy pitifully attempts to follow along, and then Ernie comes over and rolls a cart around that Billy somehow lands on and then zooms around the place screaming before he crashes. Trini is the only one that cares and helps him up, and this brings up an interesting point that we'll see in the early stages of Season 1. Originally, the Rangers were definitely intended to be their own comic relief before the addition of Bulk and Skull, and some of that stuff definitely still trickles in during outlandish moments.
Really? I think Zach would have been perfect comic relief character because his character was funny, he was cool, hip-hop keto, dancing while fighting, and he has his ways with Angela. I think Zach would have been the perfect choice of being a comic relief character. Well, the stereotypical black comedians, LOL, but that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that what he said before, the Rangers would have made a cool comic relief characters if they did something funny. You know, besides Bulk and Skull.
Like this. Rita's watching this dumbass show too via her telescope, and she decides that she'll defeat the Rangers with music then. I mean, okay, it's kind of like a weird leap to make there, Rita, but okay. So Kim is back to teaching, and some girl just straight up twirls into the other, and the one that gets hit is like offended by this. Kim sees the fender bender and tells everyone to take a break while she walks over to the girl who messed up. Turns out her name is Melissa, and she's deaf. Why Kim is signing while speaking normally then is like beyond me, but either way she apologizes for not signing the moves to Melissa like she was supposed to. Wait, hold up. Kimberly is a high school student and Power Ranger who teaches at the gym as a dance instructor who also does gymnastics competitively, who had time to learn American sign.
That's the one thing I forgot to point out from Season 1 when looking back when I used to watch the show in the past. She's a gymnast. But how did she start to learn how to dance and learn to speak sign language? That right there was never explained in that episode. I think it would have been cool if they actually did that, but we ain't getting nothing.
Sign language? Like, damn, no wonder I stretch myself so thin these days. This moment deflates pretty quickly by Kim saying that even hearing people make mistakes. And she, like, points at Billy, who's really terrible at dancing. I mean, to be fair, Kim, you suck at remembering to sign the moves, so, like, how is any of this Melissa's fault? I just don't know why Melissa went out on a limb and started tornadoing on the dance floor, but, like, whatever. Rita requests Finster to make her a musical monster, and wow, I'm pretty sure Finster is just, like, messing with her this time around. Just wait. Speaking of messes, Bulk and Skull walk into the juice bar, and somehow it ends up with Bulk and Zach doing a dance-off. No joke. To no one's shock, Zach beats him, but really, like, what was there to win except for taking up more time in this episode?
We all know Zach
Finster
is a good
explains his
dancer,
new monster
so
to her,
there's really no surprise
the gnarly
there.
gnome. The plan? The gnarly gnome will use his hypnotizing accordion to kidnap a bunch of teenage girls so that the Rangers will try to save them and get hypnotized. Yeah, that's the plan this week. It's just straight up a hostage situation because Finster has no goddamn chill. Here's a question though. How are people going to know that the girls are missing? Are you banking on the idea that their parents are expecting them home right away? So Gnarly Gnome plays his accordion outside the juice bar and gets a group of girls and Melissa, but since Melissa can't hear, she's not affected by the noise. She follows them to where he takes them, which is definitely a random-ass cave in the middle of the desert. She tries to help, but her rope...
And yet the monster is on some pedophilia stuff. Taking the girls in the cave, you don't know, doing God knows what. Yeah, it's that creepy.
Comes down in front of her, stopping her from doing anything somehow. Like, it's not even a magic rope, it's just a rope fence. Melissa runs back to the youth center and she tries to tell Jason and Ernie what happened, but Jason and Ernie are pretty much like 2 steps away from just going like, what? I can't hear you, because, you know, deaf. So she writes it all out for them. Jason says he'll help because, you know, she can hear, and then they leave. Meanwhile, back at the cave, Gnarly Gnome is playing his accordion while this episode shits itself. The girls and some putties are dancing, Babu and Squat show up in aprons to cook something, there's worms and jelly balls, and then the Gnarly Gnome takes a nap. I mean, I wish I were actually skipping over things to make this sound nonsensical.
Yeah.
Then he turns invisible because he took off his shoes, but it's okay because he gets his shoes back on, and now he's visible again. Anyways, the Rangers show up with their deaf friend, and they tell her to hide, and they morph pretty much right in front of her. Like,
right.
Guys, she's deaf, not blind. I guess we just have to hope that she never thinks to write out what...
Here's the thing about this clip also. They know deaf people are not stupid. They're gonna see and hear. Once you morph into a ranger, they're gonna know your secret identity, so there's no hiding from it. That's one of the dumbest things they can do.
Happen to anyone. Gnarly Gnome fights the Rangers with a rake because and the footage gets messed up, so Kimberly becomes gray for a little bit there. They put their weapons together to form the power blaster.
And another thing weird about this episode is Kimberly's costume went from pink to gray, unless you're mixing up with gray pinkish. Very weird.
Rocks. Seriously, what the fuck is happening? Vita makes the rocks grow into a giant Gnarly Gnome, and the Rangers call out the Megazord. In a seizure-rific battle, Gnarly Gnome flashes between himself and a boulder and also a building over and over again.
I think, to me, Jew Ranger had a better fight scenes than Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, in my opinion. I mean, look, Power Rangers has known for having some weird Megazord fights when it comes to stock footage, and they somehow yet to keep certain scenes from Jew Ranger into the American audiences. Like, come on, man. Like, bad editing, Hollywood. Blame Saban.
Of course, the Rangers get the upper hand and win. The Rangers show up out of suit in the cave and rescue the group of kidnapped girls, who proclaim that the Power Rangers were amazing and so great, and wait, how the hell would they know? Whatever, everyone goes back to the juice bar and we find out the moral of the day. Deaf people are people too. Thanks, Power Rangers. Oh, and Billy dances, the end. This episode was pretty rough, but I kind of love how rough it is. It's like the writers got up in the middle of the episode and decided to do musical chairs around the computer without reading anything for prior context. It's just psychotic.
They just didn't
and while
care.
most of it can be blamed on the Japanese footage being strange, they really could have made some sort of effort to make a coherent story.
Right.
I will say that this episode is also a weird focus one because it seems like it's going to be Kimberly-centric before it like ends up just being about some random girl that Kim is friends with.
That was like out of nowhere.
Power Ranger. She's the only one who knew that the girls got kidnapped. And furthermore, if she could hear, would Gnarly Gnome have just been sitting around with a bunch of teenage girls waiting for the Power Rangers to like maybe show up? Like what was the plan? Next time is the episode that a lot of people hold near and dear to their hearts, Food Fight. But until then, may the power protect you.
Yeah. Alright, here's my opinions on this episode. Looking back, I didn't really care, as I say in all episodes. And after seeing this clip and realizing that the writers could have done a better job of doing a representation of a deaf character. And Kimberly, of all people, her part came out of left field. Learning sign language, becoming a dance teacher. Ain't she supposed to be a gymnast? I mean, what makes it even worse is just the whole episode itself. And like he said before, the writers of the series were just straight up lazy. They could have had a better chance of making the story more interesting, of making people care about people with disabilities like deaf, for example. And I kind of feel like this episode just did a complete 180, in my opinion. So, what y'all think of this review? Let me know in the comments down below. I will see you in my next video. Peace out.